Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Our campaign is Mask of Nyarlathotep. It was written by Larry DiTilio, Lynn Willis, Mike Mason, Lynn Hardy, Paul Fricker, and Scott Dorward, and it's available from the Chaosium website. Our game master is Morgan Llewellyn, and this is episode 24. Our recap will be given by Stuart Lively as his character, Henry Slate. So, without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Stuart?
Journal entry, April 7th, 1925. After we escaped the bent pyramid and the presence of the inhumane fiend within, we headed to Cairo. After conferring with Dr. Kafur at the museum and discovering Faraz was murdered, we tracked down Bassart. Bassart was just a shell of his former self, eating copious amounts of drugs to keep his nightmares at bay. Nightmares from the trauma of his time at the Carlisle expedition. That expedition, bar Brady, all seemed somehow now beholden to that inhumane fiend we met within the walls of the bent pyramid. Debating our next move, the Clive dig, tracking down von Hubler, or off to the collapsed pyramid, we decided on the collapsed pyramid. We turned up little there, but we did notice that we were now being closely watched and followed. Returning, we decided not to take up temporary residence at Francisco's home to keep his family safe. Sadly, it was too late for that. During our time away, Francisco's home was raided, the insides ransacked, but most importantly, his family was missing. Neighbors heard strange sounds from the sky around the time of the suspected kidnapping. We rushed to our hotel to find nothing amiss, but ran into Mahood, who informed us a native businessman was looking for us. Most likely, Al-Omar Shakti, suspected of being involved. Perhaps time for a visit. We secretly check ourselves in at a new hotel, the Oasis Hotel, and proceeded to come up with a plan to find Francisco's family and further unwind the mysteries of this foul cult. Upon contacting Dr. Kafur, he finally tracked down the Dutchman for us, who was residing on the Street of Moths in the Old City. We try our best to get a good night's sleep, as we surely will need it come the morning.
All right, so it is the morning of April 8th. It has been a struggle for you to sleep given the events of the previous evening, especially for you, Francisco. You've done the best that you can. What are you guys up to today?
Was there a note? Nothing.
No.
Ransom. There still may be. There may be one that comes.
We just, we know that someone was looking for us at the hotel who we assume is Omar al-Shakti. And so we've got, I know Cisco, you're wanting to go and just track him down and find him immediately. I don't necessarily know if that's the right idea. I know why you're wanting to do that, but I think we have to do this smartly. We also have the Dutchman we can go speak to.
Street of Moths.
Which is what I'm leaning towards, if I'm perfectly honest. Try and ascertain what he knows about the new Penhew dig. Now, there was something else I wanted to bring up when I think of it. It was something that Bassart said. And he said that when the group came back out of the pyramid, they were
different.
He said they were excited as if they'd found the discovery, yet Bassart never learned what it was because Penhew was a fiend for secrecy.
Right.
Now that tells me something. That tells me that Penhew was in charge. Even though it was the Carlisle dig, he specifically said Penhew Penhew was a fiend for secrecy. So it reiterates for me, at least what Theo, his belief was that the Penhew Foundation, the entire thing, there's a strong chance the whole thing is corrupt. That Aubrey is still running it.
Well, we know the whole thing is corrupt. I'm not still so sure that he's still running it, but
I
do think that he's in charge.
If his second was in league with all the cult and everything, Gavigan, that tells me that he's still pulling the strings.
Well, and I agree with you with him being a fiend for secrecy and being able to keep it secret. You'd have to be in a position of leadership because, some underling, they're not going to be able to call the shots when it comes to secrecy. It would have to come from the top.
I've met Robert Carlyle. I think that he was a rich, young man who had a lot of money. And I think that this woman may have, now that you say so, what if she was planted by the Penhew Foundation in order to lead him in that direction? Because what the Penhew Foundation needed was the money, so that Penhew and his cronies could get
my argument with that, though, is if we go over now to the Clive expedition, Clive will be the one in charge.
That's why I said that we should pretend to be tourists.
They know who we are.
They're following us now, so and they've just abducted Francisco's family.
I said it before that.
Yeah. But I
think too that we went out to the collapsed pyramid, but the Frenchman said that happened on the day before the new moon, that he saw so much debauchery going on out there. So that must be when they hold their ritual.
That's still for another weeks, yeah.
We need to act quickly, because if we want to go see the Dutchman or whatever, we need to hurry, because the longer we wait and talk about all this.
Did we call the police last night?
Yeah, we spoke to them.
Yes, we did, but I do not trust the police there.
That's probably a good call.
We should track our best leads at where your family is. I mean, at this point, I like if the family wasn't involved, I like the idea of the Dutchman. But
Cisco,
maybe he can help.
Do you have any connections at all of someone in Egypt who would sell planes?
I guess I probably know someone who knows someone who can get hold of a plane.
Get onto that, because that could be a getaway plan.
But
if you can organize a plane, I don't want to be too presumptuous, but obviously I'm happy to put some money forward. If Fox is happy to help in that regard as well.
Are you a pilot?
Yes, I flew in the Great War. That's why I'm called Captain Nobody McCormick.
I just don't. I find it hard to believe that there'd be any plane manufacturers in Cairo.
Well, it's probably not a manufacturer, but I'm sure someone has a plane.
Oh yeah, there would be.
Yeah.
Europeans would, maybe.
I did a little roll just to see, and even if this is out of character, he won't be able to find anyone with a plane, because I did a little roll.
Oh,
so.
Oh, okay.
We'll find a way to get out of here as quickly as possible. Not so sure with all this magic going on whether I want to be 1,000 feet up in the sky when somebody shoots me with a green lightning bolt. Either.
What's the range on the lightning bolt?
Who knows?
Yeah, they'd have to know we're there. But yeah, either way, if we can't find one, we can't find one.
I can, as I haven't rung, I will ring around, but it's probably unlikely. And honestly, I am more focused that I don't want to worry about planes until I know my wife and youngest daughter.
Fair enough. All right, let's go. How are you feeling, Freddie?
You know what I could do is find a car.
You're muted, Freddy.
I'm just talking to the inner voices.
No, I was just talking into my teacup. This is good tea.
That's a mighty fine tinfoil hat you have on today.
Thank you. I styled it after a French general's cap.
Ah, yes.
All right.
All right, let's go see the Dutchman.
All right.
Yes, dear.
Street of Moths. Old City.
Hopefully he can help us.
Okay, so as you enter the Street of Moths, you notice here there are a lot more beggars here. Everything, like the buildings here, are very much worn down. There are unrepaired windows and shutters. Very, very, it's the poorest area of the city. And you go into, you find the Street of Moths, and you find the shop that before said that he was in. It's a little tailor shop. So there's a couple of, there's like needles and thread and garments that he's working on. But you see the proprietor, this old Egyptian man, and as you're kind of walking in through the door, he almost comes out onto the street with this broom, brushing out all these cats out the door. And he says, "And stay out."
Talk about herder of cats.
And he's gonna help you.
Yeah. We're looking for a friend of ours, Mr. Van Hoyle.
Bringing guests now too. He's in the back room. Trying to run a shot. He kind of grumbles, but he lets you through.
As we're going through, I'm gonna lean over to Slayton and say quietly, another European man hiding in the back of a shop in Egypt. Let's hope this one has a few more of his wits about him.
Agreed. I don't like how this is becoming a common
Yes,
threat
exactly.
here. I'm staying out and covering the door while everyone else goes in to see him.
While you're staying out, the shop owner's like, is there something I can do for you, sir?
Yeah. What's on the walls? Anything interesting?
No, there's just, it looks like he's mending a lot of clothes right now.
Oh, okay. So actually, I've got a coat pocket that's torn from all of this. Do you think you might I be able to?
Yeah. Hand it over.
Thank you so much, and I'll give him a decent, a decent tip.
So you're kind of sitting there keeping an eye on things. He's kind of stitching up your coat pocket.
Yeah, I'll make a small thing.
Inside the room, you see a young man in his 20s, kind of seated at this little desk. There's like kind of a map. There's a kind of a rickety bed off in the corner, dirt floors. Things are kind of scattered across the room, and he's furiously writing on these sheets of paper. And he looks up and he says, "Oh, well, hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Van Hoyle. Wavela.
Who might you be?"
What do we want to ask this fella?
What he knows about the Clive dig.
Yes.
We Jesus Christ, I don't know what to say to this guy.
We understand you were once in the employment of the Penhew Foundation recently.
Oh yes, the Clive dig. Yes. Unfortunately, recently employed.
What
For now.
What happened? Why were you unceremoniously let go?
Oh, had a little bit of a disagreement with Dr. Clive. He was not in the best of the best of moods. I don't think it was fair, though. It was not fair.
What can you tell us about the man?
Dr. Clive, he's wicked smart. He knows his stuff. He was very, very excited for the dig, but after the well, I'm sure you heard about the theft. He was not happy. No, he was not happy. Moved the whole dig and fired me. It's part of it. Yeah, not fair.
So he felt
you for the yeah.
He blamed you for the theft.
Well, not.
He blamed you for the lack of
really.
security.
Well, look, maybe I could have been a little more vigilant. I'm a man who likes a drink or two, and and Clive didn't like that very much, and it just, something goes missing, and it's.
Can I do a psych roll on him?
Yeah, go for it.
Do you have any leads on who might have stolen the mummy?
Lead? What do I know about mummy? I don't know about thefts. I have no idea who would want to steal the mummy.
Tell us about the nights that the robbery happened. So, what the last time you saw the mummy, and then once you realized it was gone, how much time passed?
Well, so we found the tomb with an unidentified female mummy,
mm-hmm.
Which I believe I don't know how much you know about Egyptology, but there was this old queen called Necrosis,
mm-hmm.
Nitocris, and we believe it was her. It was an amazing find. Just a few days later, it just vanished. It, along with all the Egyptian policemen that were guarding it, all gone.
And to clarify, was it just the mummy itself, or was it the sarcophagus and everything else?
Oh, everything. We don't know where how they got it all the way out of there. Why the Egyptian police who were there looking after it, not a shot fired, nothing. They just
would it be possible
disappeared the whole sarcophagus? It was really.
Would it be possible that those policemen were the ones that took it?
Like, move it by themselves? No way.
Why? Tell us something. In the time that you worked on the Clive expedition with the Penhew Foundation, did you see anything that, upon reflection, seemed kind of suspicious?
Suspicious? I don't know what you're talking about. And bam, as you're talking, he just stops mid-sentence and he hurls this bowl that's on his desk behind you, and it clatters into a wall where you hear this cat and freak out and run out of the room. Well, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything suspicious. No.
What
just
the fuck?
You don't care for cats?
Oh, the little devils are everywhere. Hardly let me sleep.
When did you start having a cat problem?
Well, I don't know. It's rather odd. Ever since a little after I started living here, I guess. Cats just keep showing up.
I want to inspect his table because you said he was writing something before.
Yeah, it's easy. There's all these papers. They're all in Dutch, though.
Oh, awesome.
I do not speak Dutch.
He's not trying to hide anything on his desk. But he's just.
Does he have any like rings or a necklace or anything that looks like it might be like an older
something
Egyptian,
he stole? Yeah,
something like that, like within the room or on his person.
Make a spot hidden.
Yeah, I want to kind of see if there's anything suspicious in his room.
18, which is a hard pass.
Yeah, given that it's a dirt floor, it's not so neat underneath his bed. Like something's buried under there.
So he's like actually physically buried something in the ground.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean over and whisper to Fox. If we could convince him to come for a drink with us, he said he likes to drink. If we could convince him to go to the local watering hole, perhaps some of us could come back and, if you look under his bed, he's buried something.
I'm sorry.
Shit.
He rolled an O2 on listen.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Yeah, fair enough.
How
I'll
dare
leave.
you
They
try
can
to
stay,
steal
I'll
my
leave.
research?
Well, we wanted to hire you.
Your research?
What's under the bed?
What is in there? Yes.
Well, that's my ticket back into the Clive expedition, if you must know.
Forget the Clives. We'll hire you. We've got a better dig anyway.
A better dig.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Well, if you must know. Okay. I tried to be a bigger man. I went back to the dig. I tried to get my job back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Clive's assistant, Martin, told me that there was something else I could do, and if I could prove my mettle, I might be able to get back, or at least get published somewhere else, advance my career. It was really nice of him. So I found these old scrolls. They were here in the old city, and I've been translating them.
Oh. Well, we can help you get published. We've got plenty of connections in that.
Well, I can't really publish it if you take it from me.
Well, no, we were just wondering why you were hiding it.
Well, I don't want it stolen.
Well, that's fair enough.
Maybe
I want someone to here and take my ticket back. That would be horrible.
You seem like a fairly decent individual. I would like to warn you. The reason why we're asking all these questions is because we have high suspicions that there is something illegal going on with the Penhew Foundation and the Clive expedition.
Oh my! I thought their papers were all in order.
Yeah, so did we. But there is enough.
There's been quite a lot of deaths connected with the Penhew digs.
Well, everybody. I mean, those of us in this field of work tend to know that they've had a string of bad luck.
Yeah,
that's one word for it.
Yes,
let's just say that without going into too much detail, we have strong suspicions, and we're following up these leads. I would suggest that you try to find a more reputable organization to work for, or possibly we might need you. Would you mind showing us the scrolls?
Well, they'll take a bit to dig up, and
we can help you.
Do you speak?
Yes.
Any of you read hieroglyphics?
I can speak Egyptian.
We know someone who can.
Different.
We know someone who can.
We know a number
if
of
you'd be
people
willing
to.
If you'd be willing to come with us.
Well, it's his.
I don't need somebody else.
We'd like very much to know what these scrolls are, and we're not going to turn you in.
Turn me in to who?
Well,
Clive.
To anyone.
Or we won't. I didn't steal.
What I mean is, we won't tell anybody that you have the scrolls.
Yes, we'll keep your secret.
So I'd rather not any assistance on the translation. This is going to be all me.
Understood.
Oh, understood.
What's the gist of the scrolls so far that you translated?
Well, you see, it's really kind of interesting. You see, the Egyptians, they worship this cat god named Bast.
Yes.
And it's about her and her kind of her interactions with this fella named the Black Pharaoh. I'm not sure if you're familiar with those myths.
Yeah.
And, really, really strange places. Bast spent a lot of time in this place called Gaddafi. That's this is new information, new parts of Egyptology. I'm surprised nobody's ever dug into this before. But see, this is why it's my ticket.
And what was the relationship between this cat god and the Black Pharaoh? Were they on good terms?
Well, it's very, very strange, almost like a protective feeling that when that, you know, an associate of the Black Pharaoh watched over these other gods. It's really quite interesting. I'm not quite finished with it yet, so I can't. I would feel bad giving you too much more information on an academic standpoint. I need to do a more thorough study of the manuscript.
How long will it take you to do it?
Well, to finish it in Dutch, maybe another couple of days. But to get it into English, English is not my first language, but I could work it. Maybe it will take probably another week to get it into English.
Well, if you put it into Dutch, I guess you could read it to us, I assume?
Read it to you in Dutch?
No, read it in translate it.
It'd be very, very slow. And once again, I'm not done with the Dutch version yet. I mean, if you come back in a few days, especially if you're paying customers, I'm sure we could arrange something.
Yes.
Where did you find the scrolls? Well, Martin had heard rumor of them. They were kind of just tucked away in this little alcove in an alleyway in the old city. They're just kind of just arrayed in front of this little statue of a cat. They weren't in a building or anything. They were just left there. So
They were left.
Do you know what alleyway?
No, it was a pain. It was a pain to find. No, and I mean, it's not that important. I mean, I have the scrolls.
Explain the cats.
Yes, but
What would explain the cats?
Well, you have the scrolls of the cat god.
I'm starting to like you, even though you were thinking about stealing my stuff. I like you. That's funny. The cat god. The cats. Oh, you believe that stuff? Come on now.
Can we see the scrolls? We'll help you take them up.
Sure. So he gets out a little trowel. He's like, I only have one shovel, but he digs them up. They're in this sealed box. And yeah, it's a set of two rather long scrolls, just covered in hieroglyphics. Very, very old.
Papyrus, probably.
Yeah.
No.
Can I see how? Can I look and estimate just how old they are?
Go for it. Give me. You have archaeology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hard pass.
So yeah, these date around the time of the Black Pharaoh, so third dynasty, fourth dynasty Egypt.
It's incredible these haven't fallen apart.
Yeah, lucky me, right?
Quite.
Yes.
And they're mostly still legible.
I don't like to take them out. So if you look at his papers, he has some papers where he's copied down the hieroglyphs, and then he's working from that. Like, I try to take them out as little as I can. They're very delicate.
Right. Does the box seal?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, I mean, it's not nice sitting here and chatting, but this translation won't go any faster if I keep getting distracted from work.
Yes, if we return in a few days, we can. I don't mind paying you for doing it for us, translating it into English. We can.
Oh, a commission. See, this is exactly Martin. Martin was looking out for me. He knew what he was talking about.
As I would say, it would be interesting to have a translation of it.
So Martin's the one who's getting you to translate this?
Oh, he was the one who told me about it, yeah.
And he said, translate this and bring it back to us and we'll let you join in.
Well, maybe he never he can't give me those promises, sure. But he said, proving my academic mettle once again,
Right.
would get me back into Dr. Clive's good graces.
Yes,
I
is it-
think that you are a bit too, how should we say it, naive concerning the actual import of such scrolls. You are dealing with the goddess of cats, and the cats are bothering you. You don't
Yes.
think that this is a an odd coincidence?
And you found them
I
by
mean,
a
it's
statue.
certainly a funny coincidence. Odd indeed, but I don't.
They were just out in the open, isn't that just? They were just by the statue. You didn't have to go in a building. You didn't have to
No.
search for. Well, obviously you had to search the alleyways to find it, but
I had a double
It
the
was
time
there.
finding it, but it was just there.
isn't that a bit odd? And now you're plagued with cats.
Yeah,
Maybe
this is one
maybe-
very interesting coincidence, but I
maybe you
would hate to let a little
theoretically-
superstition get in the way of my work.
Maybe you theoretically upset the cat goddess.
Well, if I had said a cat god, I'm
God.
glad that it's just these little guys, not any no lions have decided to come say hello. So
Are all the scrolls back in the crate, the box thing?
yeah, he's rolling back up and put them away.
All right. Once he puts the box, the lid on the box, and Captain Francis Nobody has positioned himself where I've kind of motioned for him to position himself, and Francisco gets near the door, and Frederick steps outside and collects Henry. I lean over to Mr. The
The
Dutchman,
Dutchman.
and and I say this to you because magic is real, magic is true, and I go like this, and I cast the whole room full of fog as Captain Francis grabs the box and we all exit.
Running out of the box.
Okay, well he's completely stunned. You take the box and you run. Can you all give me spot hiddens?
Okay. And none of us told him who we were, and he never asked.
I passed.
I got
I
a hard
passed,
pass.
yes.
I got a 16.
Pass.
Yeah. You're getting away. You're feeling very good about yourself. There's about 18 cats following you. So you can all make sanity rolls.
We can deal with the cans. Oh,
I'd have expected that, though. Yeah, I'm fine.
I horribly
fine.
failed. 99.
Any guesses?
You failed,
You
Frederick?
failed? You failed
Oh, yeah.
two cats?
Failed.
I failed too. I got 99, so.
Yeah, you lose 1 point if you fail.
Oh, good.
I forget what happens to me for using the magic.
You just lose one. You just lose 4 magic points.
Oh, that's right.
Now I'm heading for Kafor's bunker. Well, I was heading for Kafor because obviously he can translate, and I was assuming the cats wouldn't be able to get into the
Well,
bunker.
Into the museum.
Yeah.
what if we're just sweet and nice to the cats and give them saucers of milk?
It's true. Yeah.
What if we make them our pets? No,
I mean,
Our army.
we
Our
don't
army of
have time for
squirrels.
this.
Ride them into battle.
Yeah, battle cats. Yeah.
Also,
Seems like
if
a
you-
perfectly
so-
reasonable outcome.
So
Francis.
you rent. You're bringing it to Dr. Kafour.
well, we're getting to safety first, and then we'll take it to Dr. Kafour. So,
So you shelter in a building. You wait. When you come back out, there are still cats watching you.
right.
They seem to be following your every move.
Yep.
No matter where you go, no matter how long you go into a building,
So they'll be pointing us out to whoever's following us.
If they know to
But-
look for cats, there's cats all over Egypt.
But also, we can leave it in the bunker where we've got the stone and the Necronomicon. They won't be able to get in there. And once we leave it there, they'll probably leave us alone because I think they're connected to the scrolls, not the people.
I could always double protect the box. I could use my protection on the box.
I think the cat goddess is always watching. So I think we need to make obeisance to the cats, offer them some milk, some fish.
All right.
And the goddess
do
will
that.
see that we are not the
My
bad.
concern is, though, from the reading that he had, was that Bast and the Black Pharaoh were on good terms.
Well, we
That's
can get
my concern.
In general,
We could
though,
get
what we would know
Kafala
is
to
Egyptian mythology, and Bast is pretty much considered a good goddess to the Egyptians.
Yes, we could
Pharaoh
get
back-
Kafala to finish the translation.
So now that we're discussing it, I would say that they set this guy up, Van Hoyler,
Oh, yeah.
Hoyvler, to translate something that they couldn't translate for some horrible, nefarious reason.
Definitely.
So
Well, now they
we
don't
need to
have it.
translate it.
Do you think it's worth me using my newfound magic to protect the case?
No, I think
No.
once it's in the room, it'll be
Right.
fine.
So once our little adventure of avoiding the bad guys, we'll go to the museum.
Okay, so
Confirm.
you're on this. Go around the city. You bring it to Dr. Kafour.
Dr. Kafo, well, look what we've got.
Yes, my friend.
He looks at you like, wow, this is quite a find. Where'd you get this from?
We stole it from somebody who, well, we tell him the whole story. I mean, he's on our side, so
Gee, it's like,
We need you to translate.
we seriously suspect that the
translate.
guy's
I
just
don't want to be anywhere near this thing. I have to put it back.
back
Well, we
where.
were going to put it in the vault.
Yes. It is not safe in that Dutchman's
Not
hands.
safe in anyone's hands, really.
I would agree with you there, but we could put it in my vault, but
But we need help. We need to fit. He told us some of the story, but we need the rest. We
But
want.
I
We need to
don't-
know what the importance of the scroll is
Yes.
and why the cats are following.
Please, my friend.
well,
how
you
long have we
said
known
I
each other?
mean all this other stuff that we've seen and we've read, and learning about these things and to verify.
Can I roll a
that
persuade
they're
on him?
True. Yeah, go roll a persuade.
Okay.
Persuaded
Yeah,
me
and
to
I'm just
call
saying
you
how long we've
street.
known. Think
That
about
is
how long we've
a
known each
regular
other now.
pass.
Okay.
We've known each other for a
So
long time.
with your regular pass, says, all right, I'll translate him for you.
Much
But
appreciated.
once we're done with that, these things are leaving my vault. We're gonna go put them back.
We'll find a place for them.
Yes.
I lean over to Captain Francis and say, I'll put them in a box and ship them back to my house in the Cape Cod.
Yeah, we'll get Francis to do his.
Yes, I can. I will do my.
Where
magic.
is Francis? Why is
Francisco.
Francis just standing there sticking his... Frederick's just sitting there staring off into space.
The cats are hungry.
Well, feed him then.
With what? We're at a museum.
Let's go get something to feed the cats outside.
Look out the window, see?
How many cats are outside the window?
27.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
That's a lot of milk.
Do more keep coming, or
And if you go and you offer them something, they hiss at you. They don't take it.
Awesome. Yep. Cool. Yeah, they're not loving this. How long how's the translation going to take?
Said a couple of days,
Okay.
3 or 4.
Well, at least
You
if
can
we
get rid of
leave
that,
it,
so focus is
we
on-
leave it in the vault. We don't have to worry about the cats following us. They're just going to stand outside the museum.
So why weren't the cats hissing back at Von Hubler's?
Well, they were. He was throwing
They were.
stuff at them, and
Oh, okay. All right. But they weren't attacking him. They were just more pestering him. All right.
And it was pointing out whoever was watching, that's where the scrolls were.
Got it. Okay.
But you notice that even when you leave the museum, the cats are still following you.
Okay.
They are not
That's
holding vigil at
very
the museum.
strange.
They are following you.
Where are we going to go?
What's our next plan?
No, I mean, we can't stay at your place, Francisco.
No.
And we can't stay at our old hotel. Did we move to a new hotel?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, we
We
moved
have a
to
room
the
at the
Oasis.
Oasis Hotel.
Well, let's go back to the Oasis temporarily. And I still want to make sure these cats are taken care of, because I have a feeling now that do you ever suddenly realize that you're saying things that are so ridiculous and they're coming out of your mouth and you're just thinking, what in the hell is coming out of my mouth? But what I was going to say is I think the goddess is watching, and I don't think she wants those scrolls found by the bad guys or translated. And that's why the cats are watching. The cats are her eyes. So if she sees that we are not the bad guys, I don't know. I'm making this
Talk
shit
to
up.
the cats.
I'm making this all up as I go. Yeah, talk to the cats.
But
I mean, it's worth the we've seen weird as shit.
yes.
Cats can hiss at us, but it's not natural. It's not natural. So it's got to be something supernatural.
That is a true point.
I'll sit with the cats. I'll feed them milk and fish and see if I can get them to understand.
But we're
Okay,
still no closer to finding my wife.
So you sit there. You're
Got it.
very calm and patient. You see, a lot of the cats. They're watching you and they're rearing, ready to go. But you see one of the cats kind of like approaches you and like nudges your hand with its nose
All right.
and kind of like with its head, and it starts to trot down the road, and it's like looking back at you and like waits by a corner and sits down.
All right. I'll get up and
Does it want us
follow
to
it.
follow? Yeah.
So you follow it, and it trots, and it starts leading you kind of through the old city down these alleyways, and it brings you to this little alcove, and it goes in there and it sits down next to this little statue of a cat, this obsidian cat statue, and this place thing that could hold scrolls.
So it's a little shrine.
This is where he took the scrolls from.
Fox, it actually worked. You feeding
And
him.
it's not like it's gesturing with its head at the.
It wants
kind of
us to put
empty.
the scrolls back.
Yeah, but it wasn't. They'll just come back and get them, won't they?
Yeah.
They're not safe here.
I try to explain that to the cat.
So you're talking about that, and then you hear this female voice from behind you. It says, "If they come back, I'll deal with it." And you turn, and there's this young African woman standing behind you. She also appears to be in her early 20s.
Hello.
You'll deal with it if we bring the scrolls back?
Yes, I will. I won't let these get away from me again.
Are
Well,
you
we don't
my
want
goddess
these,
should stay.
a priestess of Bast?
hers. She nods.
Is it all right if we translate them before we bring them back?
Roll a persuade.
Uh, 14 out of 30. So that's
Nice.
hard.
And she says, "You are able to write, yes?
Yes.
Copy. Feel free to copy that down.
Folks,
But
how about
please-
if,
But
okay.
please bring the scrolls back."
How about if we photograph them? Let's photograph
No,
them and bring them back.
that's dangerous because it's the same as just copying them down. I mean, Kafor's translating them now. Like, he's doing that for us now, though, isn't he? He's writing it back down in English.
I'd recommend doing both because you can always have make a mistake in
We will bring them back tomorrow evening.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to the museum.
It's in your best interest to keep your promises.
Tell Kafor that we'll have to stay up all night working on it.
Will the cats lead us back here? Because this was pretty hard to find.
Yes, they will.
Okay.
All right.
We'll be watching.
Well, you know what? I say to her while we have the chance, do you have any idea what's going on here? We are.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are some dark and sinister and horrible forces.
Why does the Clive Dig want these scrolls?
We've seen the Dark Pharaoh.
Well, the matters of the Dark Pharaoh are no concern of mine. I do my duty to my goddess, and that is my place.
What?
I do not concern myself with these other matters.
What would your goddess want with what was her connection with the Black Pharaoh?
You have a lot to learn.
Yes.
Yes.
The Black Pharaoh is but one component of a larger entity. And where my goddess resides is within a dominion of the thing.
I see.
So, forgive the colloquialism, but she pays rent.
Manner of speaking.
All right. We'll keep our promise, I promise you.
We will make sure these scrolls get back to you.
And we do not mean any harm or disrespect to your goddess.
No, we are not with the men who...
We're not the ones who took the scrolls in the first place.
No.
So
we're wanting to keep them out of the reach of those who would use them inappropriately.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, what do you guys think of that?
It concerns me.
Yes, that was definitely a concerning.
There are things going on in this place that they're crazy. We're chasing around gods and goddesses, and
it is Egypt, my friend.
Yeah.
You see that the cat that led you here is kind of sticking very close to you.
All right, let's go right back.
But we're still not closer to finding my wife and child.
I'm sorry. Perhaps I'll go back to the museum, and you guys can find a way to find.
I'll go with you, Fox. We'll go help. We'll go help Kafor, and if Francisco, Henry, and Frederick, why don't you go and try and find some leads to Francisco's family?
I will just please do not upset Kafor. He's a dear friend of mine, and I feel like the more we keep getting him to do stuff,
all right.
I feel bad. He is a very close friend.
I'm wondering if the priestess of Bast, being she's in connection with all the cats, if that makes sense. There's cats everywhere. Might she have the knowledge of what the cats might know? And if so, they might know where your family is. Maybe.
Yes, maybe. Well, Fox did some things that led us to the priestess. Maybe we could ask the cats something.
Well, you've been there. You can go back to the priestess, but we're halfway back to the museum.
just thinking off the top of my head here.
Let's split up. What could go wrong?
Right. Me and Fox will go to the museum with Gafor, and the other three will go looking for the
Okay,
family.
so just take care of that component right now. So Octavius and Francis, when you get back to Dr. Kafour, he's kind of sitting at his desk, like translating, and you see kind of perched kind of across on a shelf as a cat, just like
Right.
leering at him, and he's just like,
I want to explain everything to Dr. Coforth that just happened,
Mm-hmm.
and that we need to work on this translation all night long if we need to, because I have to get the scrolls back. And what we don't translate, we can take photographs of.
okay, well, it will be quicker if I can just read this to you and you can write it down.
All right,
So
I can do
if-
that.
I can
Yeah,
write.
if both of you, yeah. So if you want to give me, do you have writing as a?
I have literature, and that what I kind of meant by writing. I'm an
Okay.
author.
So give me a roll. So yeah,
I don't
Fox,
have anything.
you can roll English language, and
Oh, okay.
and you can roll writing. Nobody.
I got a 16, which is a
That's
hard
by
pass.
2 points.
You missed it by 2 points.
No, I got it, but only by 2
Oh,
points.
but only by 2
I
points.
barely
Okay.
got it.
So with the two of you acting as scribes, it will take you into the night to get it written down, but you will be able to do it before the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you are here working from now into the night, into early next morning.
All right.
That is what you are up to during this time. The other three of you, where are you going?
Henry, what do you suggest then?
Well, if I wouldn't mind at least asking the priestess if we can find her again, maybe for help, maybe if we could make some sort of offering worthwhile to Bast.
Yes.
They might have knowledge. I'm not sure. I mean, you're mentioning the police don't really help much here.
Well,
And I don't think we want to rush off to Omar Shakti quite yet.
No, not without all of us. I don't think it is wise.
Exactly. So since we're split,
So you get that little cat that led you there. It leads you once again back down the alleys. Once again, you find the priestess. So is there a problem?
we are in the process of as aforementioned, translating the scroll to return. We were hoping that our good friend here, Francisco, has had his wife and daughter kidnapped. And we were hoping that you might be able to help us locate where they might be. If we are desperate and we would love to make an offering, whatever could help.
We are lost. We have no leads, and it's all with this Black Pharaoh nonsense, and I didn't want to get my wife and family involved. And please.
Well, it's best to mind the company that you keep. My goddess does not like working with cat killers, and she gives Frederick a glare.
Frederick? Well, what
You can make an education roll, Frederick. And,
Oh no, I know.
You're
I know. Was it?
What if-
Peru?
What if we told
That's
our
fair.
friend here to disperse and you just... Or maybe my two companions here just went away and you told me the information.
No, not with the company that you keep.
I just say fucking. I say fucking.
Here,
In Spanish.
I'll take Frederick. Maybe we should go. This is something that's dear to the heart of Francisco, and I think perhaps just Francisco and the priestess
You
should talk this out.
you heard her. She's not.
That's fair.
Just because I'm associated with Mr. Chapman here, she's not going to help me.
What could we do to make amends?
There must be something he can do, surely.
I've certainly never harmed cats before, and
I would never think of harming a cat. A cat.
But returning the scrolls to their proper place would be a good start.
well, thank you. I believe you.
But I'm sorry to say, sir, that I'm not familiar with your family. And not all cats are familiar with your family. Even if one of them has seen your family, they would not be able to know.
Well, thank you. Francisco kind of just goes against the wall, has a moment of a solitary tear go down, and he just wipes it and just starts to walk back down the hall. Well, hop, because he's got a walking stick down there.
Thank you, priestess, for at least giving us that. You'll have the scrolls back shortly, as when they mentioned. And I'll head on over, put my arm around Francisco, and just we'll find them. We'll find a lead. We'll keep looking.
Apologies.
I just have the.
Excuse my ignorance.
It is fine. How are you to know it would do this?
I'm
I just have
getting out of there.
I just have a strange feeling that I might have lost my wife.
Don't give up. There's a good chance Omar Shakti might be involved with this. What we should do for the others while they're working on that is maybe just recon the location of Shakti's location. It was mentioned he has a plantation in North Cairo, I believe.
Yeah, just outside of town.
Yeah, so why don't we find that location, become familiar with some approaches, and then meet back up with Nobody and Fox.
My problem with that, Mr. Slayton, is Henry, is we already know we might be being watched, and well, we are fully aware we're being watched by some things. What if we are watching the plantation, but then someone is watching us watch the plantation? We would have to be very careful, very sneaky, and there's no way I can do it with my leg. I can't be stealthy. It'd have to be maybe you two.
If only we had that mirror. Oh well.
Mirror? Oh, you were telling me of that mirror. Yeah. My God, Frederick, what are you drinking?
Water. Out of a canteen.
Oh, it looked blue and lots.
Well, yes, it's a blue canteen.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm pretty good stealthy. I'll just kind of slip into the shadows away and do.
And maybe we can watch your back from a further distance.
Yeah,
Okay,
actually.
So finding out where this place is very, very simple.
Oh, okay.
Omar Al-Shakti is a very well-renowned businessman. A lot of people know him. pillar of the community type figure. Asking about if people speak of him at very, very high respects. And his plantation is about 2 miles north, near
2 miles
town
past
of
the.
Gizera Muhammad.
Okay. 2 miles from city center or city edge?
So once you leave
Okay.
Cairo, it's 2
Cairo
miles.
City.
You'll hit the edge of his property,
Got it.
and then so the town itself of Gizera is about 6 miles, and he is kind of on the outskirts of that between there and Cairo.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we don't really have to recon this place out then. Let's just go back and gather up the others. How much? We don't really have any other leads, do we? We've got, there's the Clive dig, but that should be a whole group. I still think we should notify the police, even if they're not the best. The thing is, the cultists are following us, and they know our whereabouts a lot of the times.
Yeah.
So it can't hurt us to at least go to the authorities and let them know.
Well,
Yeah.
I know,
What time is it right now?
I know about my wife.
Now it's about 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I
right.
have-
Okay,
Let's
so
plan for, say, an evening hike around the outskirts of Giza.
Yes.
Then we
Okay.
can ideally avoid some of this dreadful heat.
My only thing is maybe you two, the less of us who do this, maybe you two go. I just don't think I would be even on a hike. I don't think I'd be any use.
Oh, nothing strenuous. Just see if we can find a hill reasonably nearby. Walk up to it, take in the view.
This is a good idea, but I have a far-fetched idea that I might be able to locate my wife a bit quicker. I have recently learnt, the magic. Maybe I could find one that could track her. There must be
sense
something
where
like
she is.
that.
Try to contact her some way. I don't know. Wasn't
That would be awfully utilitarian. And from what I've seen of mysticism thus far, it might work.
Hey, Frederick, can you make a no roll for me again? Or
Normal pass.
okay, when you had Madam Pink back in London do that seance for you, you had mentioned things about that blue juice, that liquid that you have.
Right.
And hinting at it. And what she said is that such things are known. And she mentioned a kind of to be somebody who's using it to be guided to see something. It was something that she had mentioned.
There's an idea.
What?
Let's head back to the museum.
Okay.
okay?
I think this requires in-depth discussion.
I like this. All right, let's do it. Whatever we can do to help Francisco.
If it's something that can be quickly done and not worth, anything, I will try anything.
All right.
You were muted there, Tom.
Yeah, I just said that's brown liquid when he holds it up.
Yeah, due to the.
Oh, now
green
it's blue.
screen.
There, now it's
Yeah, there we go.
There it
I've
is.
got to find the lighting, or else it's bluish tinged hieroglyph juice.
So you come in to bother us while we're doing our crazy translating.
Oh, it's gonna get a lot more crazy.
So yeah, you return to them working, and
Right.
Dr.
So
Kafour is reading as quick as he can.
this one says fish, eagle, eagle, fish, little half circle, line, fish, fish.
He's telling it to us in English.
That is English.
Is this a? It sounds like a shopping list.
Oh, this part of it is a shopping list.
Yeah, it's just Bast's grocery list.
Milk, cream, fish, fish.
And the names of all her cats as well. Every single cat name.
Pinky and Whitey and Blackie and Fluffy.
Rumpelstiltskin.
So anyway,
Mr. Jones the Third.
What is this idea, Mr. Chapter?
So if we've been translating this, what are we getting out of it? Are these prayers? Are they spells? Are they?
So you, as he's translating it, you start to pick up that there are in fact spells in here. So you
Automatic
see,
purring and
so you see there are spells to contact the goddess of cats. There are spells to bind cats, to get cats to follow you.
We've already done that.
It talks about calling forth the faceless master of the sands and to contact the Black Pharaoh. To summon forth the carrion feasters of the desert and dreams.
now we know why they want the.
Yeah.
They have that yarn ball spell that pleases cats immensely.
No, but there is a spell to get to bind cats. While you guys are reading through this, you will each lose 2d6 sanity
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
and gain 3 points of Cthulhu Mythos.
2 and 1, so I lost 3 points of sanity.
I lost 9.
Oh!
How many
Is that all
Cthulhu
at once?
Mythos?
3 points.
That's a high price to play for, what is it, 9?
Is he losing that all at once, or is that going to be like
Yeah.
over?
That's overtime. But
Okay,
the title of
perfect.
this are the Black Rites of Luve Caraf.
Great.
The
What do
Black Rites of, you can
Luveh,
spell it.
LUVEH-KERAPHF.
Isn't that what you heat up water in?
Mm-hmm. But this is a Louvre carafe.
Oh,
Um,
so it's
Why,
a French art piece that heats up water.
you gentlemen are back quickly. I thought you were following up on Cabrera's family.
Yeah,
Well-
Chaplin has an idea.
Yes, the priestess was not more than less than helpful, but less than helpful.
Because Mr. Chapman killed a cat or something like that.
When did you kill a cat?
Peru, I believe it was. You remember that large black thing that was stalking us for about 10 miles?
Oh, well, that was kill or be killed.
That seems so long ago.
Francis.
Yeah.
Do cats seem very forgiving?
Oh, that's a good point.
So, yes, but I did think of another way
Yes.
that might be worth discussing or even considering.
Yes, anything. Spit it out, man.
Octavius,
Yeah.
do you recall the seance?
Yeah, yes, I recall the
And
seance.
Miss Pink.
Miss Pink.
When asked about a particular azure liquid, she said that it could show you things if you were guided properly.
I remember, yeah.
If we do maybe a 1 to 100 dilution with perhaps some suggested guidance and willpower, our friend Francisco might be able to see something useful.
I will do anything.
It's a big risk.
I don't
But,
care. Anything.
We need something that can administer like a drop.
My
What
the
did
daughter.
you
drop.
use to administer the drops before? I remember you telling me
His
a couple
finger.
of you.
We literally just used a drop. But we need to put 100 drops of water to 1 drop of
Yes.
the liquid.
Could you
And
not-
then just give 1 drop to the person.
Yes.
Anything.
Could you just get a cup of water, put 1 finger drop into that, stir that? That would
No, we don't know how much,
That
well, you could, but then we need to know what the dilution was. We don't need to know the dilution. 1
Look, I
drop
think-
in a
Not
glass of-
specifically.
I am
but-
willing to do it.
I think
One-
in this situation, exactly. I think this is Cisco's call. If he wants to do it, if this is something he wants to do to
My-
find his family,
my
it needs to be
daughter-
his decision.
My daughter is 18 years old. She has got her life ahead of her.
1
I am
drop,
willing.
1
we need
drop
to
in a
finish
glass of
translating
water.
this.
1 drop in
You
a
two
glass.
work on that. I'll go head to the hotel. And
Well, take Cisco with you because you 3 go because
yeah.
we don't want to bring the blue juice here and everything. We don't need to do it here. It's too risky trying to transport it. Keep everything
Yeah.
safe at the hotel.
Do it at the hotel. We'll stay here and translate tonight. We should be able
All
to
right.
finish this by the morning.
all right.
All right,
Okay.
makes sense. 3 of us will
Quickly.
go.
Let's
Okay.
quickly go.
If we were all together,
Fox,
I'd take it as
back to
well.
it.
But
I don't know about you, Francis, but I'm kind of freaking out here.
Yes, this is starting to get well, I mean, we knew we were deep in it the minute we met with the thing in the pyramid, but yes, I don't think there's any coming back from this stuff.
All right, let's go back to it.
Get this done so we can get the papers back.
Sorry, Dr. Gaffo, where were you? What were you saying?
Yes. So fish, half circle, bird. Okay, so we'll go.
All right.
And we'll go back over to the 3 of you at the hotel. So you're giving Cisco a diluted dose of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing diluted in water instead of tea or alcohol, just so it's nothing else is mixing with the chemical. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Francisco.
Yes.
as
This
you
water
drink
is
it-
safe to drink, right?
Yes.
It's
We'll
boiled.
get
Okay.
bottled water.
Oh, I mean, I ask because the last time I was in Mexico, well, less so.
It's been boiled.
So, Francisco, can you give me a power roll?
Think of your family, Francisco.
That is 49, which is a pass.
It's a pass. Okay, so you have not been completely consumed by the visions. So you see Francisco kind of gets this blank glaze over his face, but he does not seem to be having that same reaction you guys did.
Yeah, this might be too.
I'm going to be sitting directly in front of him, monitoring his pulse and just staring at his eyes, saying, "Think of your family. Let your thoughts direct you towards your family."
Okay.
And I'm monitoring both of them because I don't know. I don't know if Chapman's gonna lose it just by watching.
Now. This isn't the blind leading the blind.
Frederick, give me a persuade or charm, your choice.
I think persuade might be... Or is charm? Nope, they're the same. That's a fail.
Okay, so you're like, focus on your family. Focus on your family. Cisco, give me another power roll.
Holy 0, 0, 0. That is 100.
That might be good, maybe.
So, think of your family. So, you start thinking about your family.
Oh.
And you see a mass of these black tentacled winged coil-like creatures descend from the sky. They shrink down in size. They go through the doors of your house. And you see them take your wife and your daughter and fly off into the night with them screaming over the sound of their flapping black wings. So you can make a sanity check.
That's a fail.
It's a fail. You're going to lose 1d6 sanity points and you're going to wake back up.
Oh, fuck. That's a 6. I'm not having good time.
Do you want to make an intelligence roll?
That's a success.
Okay, so you...
That was a 1. That was a 1.
Wow.
So your brain, you are seeing this event from the past. And you see the horrible things that were sent to take your family. And you descend into a bout of madness. That's going to be, Tom, do you have the chart there?
I'm right there. I'm going to try to hold Francisco so he doesn't hurt himself.
It's a 1d8.
1d8.
It's a 1.
You faint. You faint for 1d10 rounds.
That's 4 rounds. Then.
So he collapses to the floor.
Oh, if that's the case, then I'll just lay him down.
About
on the bed.
40 seconds?
Yeah, so.
Oh my God. What did he see?
I guess I just after 40 seconds, I guess I regain consciousness.
Yeah, you start to come back. Your vision starts to come back in splotches.
I pour him a glass of bourbon and offer it to him as he comes to.
Now that I think about it, it might have been hours, but let's say that's 40 seconds.
40 hours.
40
If
hours.
it's in, so if it's in so in narrative time, you're right. So it's 1d10 hours.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So
But that's
4
not
hours.
we're not in combat. So
Okay.
4 hours later. So he's
The guild
out
guys.
for a significant amount of time. That's right, Tom. Thank you.
Okay, that's a lot more worrisome.
Yeah, just completely unresponsive. Like his eyes rolled back in his head, and
I just keep him kind of in bed, prop a pillow under his head, and get a cold glass of water by his bedside.
Well, that's new and exciting. Do you think he's in a coma?
I think he just passed out with shock. He must have seen something. Sort of like those visions you mentioned from before.
Yeah, they are shocking. And likely true.
And likely true. Dear God. Well, hopefully he's gotten something helpful out of this.
No
Right.
doubt. I was shown
So-
a glimpse of the future. The stars will fall, you know.
I'm sure one day they will. How are you feeling, Frederick?
No different. Well, I'm currently feeling his pulse. It's still going, in case you were wondering.
All right. So Cisco will wake back up after you kind of dutifully watch him for.
Yeah, just reading the newspaper or whatever.
Uh,
Cisco.
oh God. Winged beasts.
Winged
How
beasts,
did it
what-
go? Are you brain dead?
No, winged beasts went through the front door and they flew off with my wife and daughter into the night, in the sky. I did not see where they went, but they're in the sky. What if they didn't take them anywhere? What if they just dropped them?
So recall
Winged beasts.
So yeah, they were these long coiled, kind of
The
It's
same
similar-
thing that we saw
Were there any paintings
down in Get.
from a certain artist?
yeah.
Of
So
long,
yeah,
coiled
you-
winged
you-
beasts.
You saw these things in the vision when you were in the pyramid. These similar, very long, black, multi-winged things that kind of spiraled down and were consuming people. But these came and they grabbed.
Oh, the images we saw in the pyramid were of them just consuming people?
So in the pyramid, it was them killing the Carlisle expedition. That's what you
Oh,
saw. That was
jeez.
the vision he showed you.
How long was I out?
For hours, about 4 hours, Cisco.
Oh God,
And
Here, have
Cisco,
some water.
I'm still nowhere near.
as
Still don't
as you're thinking about it, you saw the moon and the stars in the sky. It looked like your family was being carried north.
North. Wait, now that my head is a little bit clearer, it seemed they were being taken north.
Well, that's where we thought they might be. That's where Omar Shakti's plantation is. Granted, there's a lot more north, but we were also suspecting him as well, maybe.
But that is. But he's a well-renowned businessman. But we suspect he could be with this cult or whatever. But that's where we go next.
Yeah, but we have to wait till Nobody and Fox get back. There's no way we can do this by ourselves.
And if that man is responsible, he will die. I will make sure of it.
So Fox and Nobody turn up back at the hotel at about 4 a.m.
With our translation and with the box. My God.
Wow, you guys finally got back. My God, what is it? Oh my God, it's 4 a.m.
How did it go with Francisco?
Reasonably well. He's not brain dead or in a coma.
So the dilution worked pretty well. Good. Does he know where they are?
North. The winged beasts took them into the sky. North.
So towards the plantation? Is that what we're saying?
Yes. That is a reasonable guess, and we must act quickly. What if he's doing horrible things to them?
Yeah. It sounds like the beasts that carried them away in the vision are the same ones that we saw painted on the walls of the pyramid.
Yes, the black coiled beasts.
So did you see any of those beasts in what you were studying? Maybe in that book also, the Necrophiliacon or whatever.
Necrocon. I don't know. We haven't gotten back to that book, but
You can all give me Cthulhu Mythos rolls.
Nope.
oh geez, I nailed that. I actually got a hard.
Ooh.
Wow.
So, Fox, hearing these descriptions, this entity known as Nyarlathotep was known to call on various servitor races. One of his many servants are known as hunting horrors.
Hunting horrors.
They are long, serpent-like, with sets of wings.
These things are like flying snake things. They're not like snakes at all, but they're servants of Nyarlathotep. Black and hideous, and it's what we've seen in the visions. It's what if Omar al-Shakti has that kind of a power that he can summon those things and send them after us, why hasn't he already?
Why just target my wife and my young?
What does he want from us?
Yeah, we need to.
Suppose maybe he wants to gauge what exactly we know.
So are we thinking that this Nyarlathotep is just some other form of that inhuman fiend we met in the Bent Pyramid?
I think
Perhaps.
possibly
Yes.
it's the other way around. It's that fiend or the Black Pharaoh is a entity of
An avatar.
of the Nyarlathotep, like the priestess was saying.
Okay, all right, I'm starting to get this. So yeah, if this Omar Shakti has,
Well,
Is-
we've got the
Look.
bloody tongue, we've got the Black Pharaoh,
yeah,
we've got the sandbat.
in Australia, that's right.
Is there a way that we've run across to banish a hunting horror?
So that's what they're called, a hunting horror.
That's what we'll call them. They're actually called but how do you spell that?
Yeah, we'll keep it with huh. Yeah, thanks.
An awful
there-
lot of syllables.
There are many spells, all about calling and summoning in the Necronomicon.
But no banishing.
Well, it
If
would
you-
be a calling and dismissing and
Oh.
ending.
Fox, maybe we should investigate the book more.
Gafor's exhausted. We've just been up the whole night with
No,
him.
he didn't. We read it ourselves. He was.
No, you couldn't. It was in it was
Oh,
an
yes,
original.
yes, he was
it's an
there,
original.
yeah.
That's why he had to translate the spells
Yes,
for you.
yes,
Right.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
We need
yes,
to give
I
Gafor a
remember.
rest, man.
I've
Yeah,
had a
we all
long.
need to rest.
I had a long issue, a long day with this.
We need
Madness.
to get these scrolls back to the priestess, and then me and Fox need some sleep.
Yeah.
Let me take them because I promised.
And then
We don't split up, so I'm gonna stick with you, Fox. But
Yeah.
tomorrow evening, once I know Kafor is rested, maybe me and you, Fox, should go see him. Or maybe wait a couple of days. But,
Well,
I don't know if
we
my
need
wife
some
had-
defense. We need some defense against that
but
of what we're coming.
I
Moving
think
towards.
Kafor said that lightning spell was in the book. I might try and learn that.
I've been looking at it.
Well,
All
we
right,
maybe-
all right. Let's
all rest.
get some. Well, before we rest, we need to take the scrolls back.
Yeah.
So go forward, give me the spells, the scrolls in the box. All right. And I think we need some cream and some fish. Some sort of offering. I don't know what.
I'll get it from the lobby, or if there's a restaurant.
See if they got one of those kitty cat toys with the feathers on the end of the stick. I like those.
Okay, so when you take the box, I'm outside. Once again, that little cat who's been leading you is waiting.
We're ready to return.
Okay. And so it.
And we did take photographs of the scrolls. So.
Right. Perfect.
So it leads you back to that little alcove.
Right.
Where you
well, do we find the priestess?
You set the scrolls down, and the priestess is there. She appears.
We have returned these as we said that we would. Even before we said we would.
Now, one one companions has mentioned that he is in trouble.
Francisco's family, yes.
Yes. There's not much I can do to intervene, but I hope that this can help you. And she hands you this little bundle, this little package.
Package.
I would have stayed at the hotel.
It's
so
just
I'm
a
not
tiny little
folded
bundle.
Bundle.
I'll take the bundle and kind of like nod and thank her, and then is it like so it's wrapped up?
Yeah.
Give it to Francisco.
I'm not there.
He's at the hotel.
Oh, he's not there. All right.
It's just you and me. So I'll unwrap it. Then
so you unwrap it, and it's this little like obsidian talisman of a cat, like a necklace.
All right.
So we give this to our friend.
Yes.
If you want.
All right. Thank you
all right.
very much for your kindness.
Okay, each of you for returning the scrolls back to their rightful place while not harming any cats. You all regain 1d4 plus 3 sanity.
Ooh.
4 plus.
Everyone?
5.
Everyone.
Hey.
Plus how many?
1d4 plus 3.
Okay. Oh, I
Oh,
gained
back up to 31.
I gained back what I lost. The 6 that I lost.
All right. I'm going to bed.
I'm already in bed. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so while Fox, Nobody, and Francisco are recovering, it is April 9th. It's a Thursday. Henry and Frederick, would you like to do anything today while everybody else is resting?
Oh, I might as well rest. Stay, keep the unit together. I want to call Omar. I think that's a good idea, but I want to talk to everybody about that first. Just ask him straight up, but I'll wait. I'll hit the hay.
When are we planning on getting up and doing something? Early evening?
Well, we got in at like 4 a.m. We've taken the scrolls back, so that probably, let's say we got home at like 5:30, 6 a.m. If we woke up at midday, is that enough to,
6 hours? I don't know. You're waking up in the hottest part of it. And it was more than just sleep. It's fatigue. I'd say we probably...
My concern though, you and I need the sleep for sure, but wasting an entire day, the others just sort of sitting and waiting.
Well, I would need to sleep, so...
Well, let's reconvene at 4.
You slept for 4 hours. You were fine.
Yeah, that's not sleep.
It's not sleep.
Let's reconvene at 4.
There were no REM cycles in that.
Yeah. But I mean, our next step, which is pretty straightforward, is Ali, Omar, Shakti, and I'm not doing that by myself or just Frederick.
Is it Ali Omar or is it Omar al-Shakti?
Omar al-Shakti.
Right,
Yeah.
so it's Omar al, okay.
Okay, so you were resting until the early evening. Francisco, while you were sleeping, please give me another power roll.
Oh god.
The stars are falling.
That is 52 on 50. So
Stars
Failed?
me back up.
yeah.
Okay, so while you are dreaming, you find yourself in your dreams in your empty house, and you hear a deep voice from behind you, the one that you heard from the man in the pyramid, and he says, "Would you deny your family such a great privilege? To become a queen by my side? Come now, Francisco. You could join me too." And you kind of wake up in a cold sweat around 6.
As I wake up, I'm just like, I won't join you, and I would shout that out loud. So anyone awake or slightly awake would hear me just go, I won't join you.
I was just going to get coffee across the street.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, I
Just
just
came
read
to
that.
mind.
Oh my door. Oh yeah, that the other.
So, we get woken around 4, did you say?
Early evening. He wakes up when you guys were planning to. But he kind of wakes up in a fit of, he's clamoring, I won't join you. He's in a cold sweat.
You're not going to join us. You're going to leave us now, Cisco. Had enough.
No. It wasn't about that. I saw him again.
Oh.
He said that, will I deny the privilege of my wife and daughter to become queens by his side, and that I should join him. He is threatening me.
Well, that means he's definitely got them, which we knew that, but it depends on whether Omar is involved or how the Clive expedition are involved.
But
I think it might be
The
time that we...
Clives might not be... The Clive expedition might not be involved with
oh, they are. They're the ones that
Shakti's
sent...
doing.
No, but they're definitely involved. They're the ones that sent
Yes.
the Dutch to the scrolls.
We even need to go straight to him now, because this time, or we learn the magic.
Yeah,
Actually, that brings up something, though. When we were talking to the Dutchman, he said that Clive was extremely angry that the body was stolen.
of Necrotus,
Right.
the mummy.
It could have been a ruse, like it could have been, oh, I'm so grumpy that this has been stolen.
Could have been, but what if there's two things at cross purposes? What if the Clive expedition wants to do something, and Omar al-Shakti wants to do something?
So they're both bad guys, but they're opposing bad guys.
Just like in England.
I would bet Omar has stolen Francisco's family and the mummy, and is going to do something with that.
Yeah, together. That's
Whereas the Clive expedition are just a bunch of bumbling bad guys.
Didn't you guess the other day? What if they needed a new body to transfer the spirit of the mummy into?
Exactly.
Right, so you're thinking Cisco's
Did I guess that?
I think you did. That's what you certainly gave me the idea just now.
I suppose so.
I have a darker feeling, if that is true what you're saying, that it won't be my wife, but my daughter. She is only 18.
Well, what was his exact words in the dream? It was, you said it was, you would really deny your wife
and daughter being queen or something like that.
Well, only one person can be queen.
Yeah.
Was it your wife or your daughter that he said? Well, he mentioned both. I can't remember which one.
He did not specify.
There we go.
In any case, that seems to be. Well, now we're going on dreams, assuming the dreams are real.
But the
But
dreams
they
from
certainly seem
before,
to.
you mentioned, had pretty hit on a lot of things that actually had happened. Weren't there visions you had that
We've
lined
got
up?
we've got Mahood with us still because we took him with us when we left the hotel because I didn't want him.
But he's currently locked in the closet.
No, we don't. Yeah,
You brought him with you, but he's vanished again.
yeah. We let him go because we got Francisco.
What? No,
No,
I mean
so
when we went back, he got us our clothes, and I didn't want him staying.
Yeah, you found him at that big park,
Yeah,
and you brought him with you, but he left again.
Yeah, he warned us that
Yeah.
that
He
Omar
didn't stick around.
Shakti-
You did bring him with you to try to keep him, but he
We gave him money. He's hitched a train to New York. I don't know.
I was trying to think. We could do. Look, remember what you did last time when you were in England? You were trying to get word to Gavigan or something that he was being double-crossed. I don't know if we can try and get word to the Clive expedition anonymously that Omar al-Shakti has their body and that he is attempting to try and do that. Or we do what you did to Gavigan and we just raid the dig site or raid Omar al-Shakti's in the night, guns blazing.
The difficulty with that is Gavigan had an estate, but this is a plantation, which lends to mind a huge place.
Well, then we'll do the dig site.
Yeah.
But why?
Either way,
Yes,
there's going to be more people involved.
But Omar is the one we need to go after. He is.
Yeah, the dig site's useless.
Yeah.
Well, it's not useless. It might have information as a way to stop the transfer. If they've got the information of how to do the summoning, they could have the opposite.
Yes,
They could have the information of how to stop it, which means we get that from the dig site.
Yeah.
We can stop Omar from doing it.
It's a huge assumption, though. We have no connection with them whatsoever.
But we do. They
As far as we know, we've already taken all their magic scrolls.
Well, no, they didn't have it.
I don't think that Clive has any serious control over this. I think Clive, he might be a member of the cult, but he's not Gavigan and he's not that Egyptian woman. He's probably they probably just said, find the body and find it. And that's all that he did. I don't think he has the keys to all the magic.
My wife and daughter are running out of time.
But Omar al-Shakti, I think he's behind it all.
If they were not taken, we could go to the dig site. But because I have something on the line, we have limited time now.
Well, when we attacked Gavigan, we staked that place out for a month before.
We don't have time for that, yeah.
But we've got to at least stake it out for a night. We've got to see what we're up against.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If me and Slayton, for instance, we go and stake out the dig site, and you three go and stake out the Omar al-Shakti, and me and Slayton go and stake out the Clive expedition. That way, we've got covers of both. We know what we see, and we're covering all bases, not just. We're not putting all our eggs into one basket, as it were.
Maybe, but okay.
I also think that me and Fox, or just one of us, needs to look into magic more. Anything that could help.
Well, we're doing the stakeout first. We can do magic the next night. We need to give Kafor a break. We can't go to him every single night, getting him to read all the stuff. It's as you said. It's not fair on him. He's kind of getting mixed up in this. So I think the plan tonight is me and Slayton will go stake out the dig site in our disguises. We'll take some binoculars, try and keep an eye on it, and the three of you guys go and stake out and check out maybe an entrance of a way to get in, see how many guards, that kind of sort of setup of a situation of how to get in. That's the plan, at least for tonight.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Good.
That seems reasonable.
And we're not going to do anything foolish like
Yes,
try
no
to rush
rushing
in there.
in. No, nothing like. Even if you see your wife and child, we wait. We need to come up with a plan.
Yeah, no engagement.
No engagement.
Pure
I could
recon.
hire a small army if we needed to.
I
Yes.
don't even reply. I don't even reply when you say that. I just kind of go now.
All right.
All right, let's go. Let's
On
do
your
this.
way to do a stakeout, you see that in the hotel lobby area, there are some newspapers, and one of the major headlines catches your eye.
This major headline's caught my eye, gentlemen.
Well, what's
Why
it
don't
say?
you read it to
What
us?
does it say? Yes.
It says,
Oh, it's in Egyptian.
tragedy at the mosque of Tulan. 5 of Tulan's most respected scholars have been confirmed dead after last night's collapse of the ceiling in their studying room. The cause of these tragic deaths is being investigated. Still missing, but presumed dead, is Nesem Eftet and the institution's oldest associate, the Nazar of Tulan, Ahmed al-Dumdai, survived but was taken to the hospital in a state of severe shock. The collapse occurred in the building adjacent to Intulan itself. The historic structure is thankfully undamaged. Is that the mosque we went to with Faraj Najjar?
No, but when you were there, he told you that he heard rumor that the Brotherhood was after an artifact that was stored at that mosque.
Right.
Tragedy at the mosque.
So it might also be worth going to speak with the surviving person.
We have too much to do and so little time.
Nessim FT.
One thing at a time. Let's go stake
Let's go
these
to our
places
stakeouts
out.
here.
Yeah.
It's about 5:30, 6 o'clock now. Let's go. It's going to take
Okay,
us some time to get out there.
Yep. So you guys go hiking out north of Cairo. It does not take you very long. You kind of come up on you come over a hill, and kind of down below, you see this massive plantation. Acres of crops, and kind of in the middle of it is this rather large
Estate.
estate.
All right. Can I see anybody walking around?
And I
So
will
make spot hidden, so you're looking binoculars.
That's a fail.
Didn't
Yeah, I see now.
yeah, I got
98.
41.
I'm setting up a camera to get a good picture of the sunset and the shadows over Giza.
I'm looking in the sky. I'm not even looking at the compound.
I got 41 out of 45, so barely made it.
Okay, so you notice that kind of in some of the rows and the paths that lead up to the house, you see there are some people kind of looking around with flashlights, kind of in pairs of 2,
They're
patrolling.
guards.
And you do notice at least one in each set of the guards has a very familiar necklace. It has that inverted ankh.
Yep, it's a big cult compound. There's guards everywhere.
What? Where is this call? Oh, wait, I'm looking at the sky. Hang on a minute. Yes, there we go.
I don't know what we're going to do. So we're not going to be able to storm that very easily.
We would need a small army, maybe.
Well, Jesus Christ, I don't know what we're going to do.
Or create a distraction. In the war, some people would set fire to certain areas to draw the enemy around.
Well, if the guards are any good, and they probably are, the second there's some sort of distraction, they'll immediately guard the main building.
Yes. And
They're not.
what they could be under some kind of influence as well. So. Damn.
Well, I don't know what else we're going to see here. Is there like a gate around the entire plantation, or?
There's a fence, but it's not very tall.
And what's the surroundings
Tight.
like? Is it city around it, or is it just desert?
No, so there's the main road that goes from here, between here and that small town north.
Any cover?
There are some irrigation ditches, but besides from that, it's desert.
I don't know where we would find any cover even approaching it. They'd see us coming.
Yes.
Unless we go in that drainage ditch, but
Well, we had someone good at using some form of long-range rifle. Like,
well, then what you're going to do? You're going to pick off a few people, and then they know we're here, and they.
exactly. But I don't know. It seems in.
We could use the police as a distraction. You know what I mean? Get the police to raid the place, and if the police raid the place, then the guards
would the police really raid the domicile of such a fine, upstanding member of the community?
If we can convince him that he's a nefarious bad guy.
Yes, and I would say that I have a
Doubtful.
little bit of leeway being a businessman myself in Egypt, so maybe we can. I don't know. And can we even trust everyone on the police force?
No.
What if some of them work
Doubtful.
for this organization?
On the plus side, this photograph is, well, hopefully it turns out pretty good. I like the shadows. It's very nice.
You're an odd one, Mr. Chapman.
All right, let's get back and see what we find out from the others.
Yes.
Okay.
Man. I hope they're okay. My wife and daughter, that is.
So you go back. So there was another group that went
To the dig site.
to the dig site. Okay, so who went to the dig site?
Me and Slicer.
Henry.
Yeah.
Nobody did. Okay, so Francis, you served in the Great War, right?
Yes.
Henry, did you serve in the Great War?
Yes. Yes.
So coming up on the dig site, two of you maybe feel a bit of jitter and nerves. This place, this dig site looks more like a World War I, a Great War trenches. Like they have literally dug, looks like defensive positions around the perimeter of the camp, including barbed wire.
Barbed wire.
And there are scores of people patrolling.
Now, this looks to me, Henry, as if there's something in there that they don't want people to get.
Oh yeah, not just with the barbed wire, but look at how many people are patrolling here. This isn't a regular dig site patrol where there'd be a few.
Can we get to higher ground? Is there a way we can look down on the dig site?
Yeah, you get up there and you look with binoculars, and yeah, it looks like there's a trench network that goes around its perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there are a bunch of tents in the middle.
Can I see if there's a particular tent that maybe seems to be being guarded a bit more than others, or is it just all of them are in that hub and they're all being guarded?
So
and what are in the trenches?
So in the trenches you see men with rifles.
Wow.
Oh wow! So it's actually fortified positions, not like trenches that were part of a dig that happen to have a patrol.
No, they've dug trenches to put guards in.
This is actual fortification. Oh my god! What are they expecting to receive? Does there seem like there's any trucks being loaded with crates
No, so you see equipment, you see trucks, you see crates. There's not a whole lot of activity going on at this time.
Yeah.
In
Is
the
there
evening,
any workers around, like just kind of labor people?
Yeah, no, you see people milling about all over the place.
Yeah.
But you're looking for patterns on the guards, and it looks like they are mostly focused on the perimeter. There's nobody.
outskirts.
There's not a lot of them inside.
The guards, they don't happen to look like Egyptian military or police, are they? Or are they just...
No, they're not in uniform.
Right. So
Wow.
it's more like some of the labor workers are being guards at the moment type thing.
Right.
But
that
this is much
definitely-
more than...
Oh, this is
a lot.
Does it actually look like there's actually any excavation / archaeology type dig going on?
Yes. So you're looking, and there are places where there are pits that are being carved out. So they are digging here.
And how many tents in total are there in that middle hub?
Maybe like 40.
Okay. So it's a pretty big operation then, like. Yeah.
This is huge. This is bigger than the Carter a couple of years back.
Much, yeah.
Yeah,
It's interesting that it's still so big after they lost their mummy.
Yeah. With so many guards, something is
That's
not right
a good point. So many guards, so many fortifications, and yet somehow managed to get in. That reiterates to me that it wasn't stolen, and that his anger at it being stolen was all an act.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to find that Omar and Clive are working together.
And the more you're looking at it, you're like, they're like, you see that in some points in the trenches there are machine guns.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Louis
look at
machine
this.
guns. There are minefield warnings in some areas.
Yeah, these aren't guards. This is a full-on defensive position. This is like they're expecting not like to get a couple looters away, but like they're ready to defend whatever is there. There's a difference between guarding something and having a full-on defense. They look like they could repel.
Hold on 1 second. Big mistake there. Hold on. We're gonna have to cut something out. My ultra apologies. I need to read things clear. Sorry. It says the only difference between this and a Great War defense is the minefields and the machine guns. It does not say minefields and machine guns.
But
it's still like the trenches with the rifles. That's still way more protection than a normal dig would need.
My bad. I need to read all of the words.
It's all good.
Because I was reading that and I'm like, that's odd.
Yeah, I'm reading that.
And then Tom's face was like, what? And I'm like, well, it's in the no, it's not.
I was listening to that going, fuck the compound. This is definitely where the shit's going down. Like,
no.
100%.
I was just thinking minefields. That's crazy. But
yeah.
I'm just like,
right.
My goodness, my ultimate apologies, because I was saying, I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't sound right.
Does there look like there is any workers that are like sort of leaving that are leaving the compound at all? Like
it's very inactive.
Okay, it's very inactive. Look, the one possibility I suppose is we can try and sneak in wearing our not tonight. I'm saying I'm like if we have a plan of attack, is sneaking in as one of the workers. I think trying to rush it would be suicide.
Oh, suicide.
With our whole group, it would just be, even if Fox was able to do his fog spell, possibly if some of us could learn that lightning spell, we have a bit more offensive power. But in all honesty, between you and me, Slayton, I have a sickening feeling that the sarcophagus hasn't gone anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's at the compound. I think maybe Cisco's family's at the compound.
Yeah.
But
this site isn't north from where
Oh.
Cisco had the reading from the.
No, so
blue
this
tube.
is out. This is they have moved from, they were digging out at Giza, but they have moved to Memphis.
Okay, so this is not north of Cairo then.
No, it is east.
Okay, so yeah, so probably family is up with Shakti and the mummy.
So where they were digging and where the mummy was stolen is not here. They have moved.
It's elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
They moved.
Let's
after that to here.
let's go have a look at that before we head back, Slayton.
Yeah,
Let's go have a look at the original dig site.
yeah, that actually might not be a bad idea.
Yes, because that's where the dig site was when the mummy was stolen. Was there, and then they've moved here.
Okay, so you'll do this last thing before we wrap up here.
Yeah.
You travel out to Giza tonight, and you go to that old dig site. There may be like the scattered remains of a camp. You could see that there was definitely a lot of people here at one point. But you find in one section of this kind of footprint of where they were, there is this square pit that descends down into the ground that has like a fence kind of boarded around it with a bunch of warning signs that just goes straight down.
Can we like
To the
look
ground.
down? Does it just disappear into the darkness?
Yeah, so looking down, you're maybe guessing it's like maybe 30 feet deep. You are very, very close to a Mycernius's pyramid here. So that would give you the indication that this is a burial shaft that they have excavated here.
So this is possibly where they got the sarcophagi from.
Yeah.
Is there any guards around or anything like that at all?
No, it's just been abandoned, and there's just this fencing here to keep people from falling down into that pit.
Well, let's we've got, I'm assuming we would have brought ropes and everything with us. Do we want to see if maybe they've left something behind, some clues?
Yeah, let's see if we can.
Yeah, we'll go and do some hunting around, see if we find anything.
Okay, so you fix a rope to the fence, and are both of you going down there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
So you drop down into this very small chamber. There is a massive stone box at its center.
Right.
That would look like a sarcophagus would go there, but it is missing. And it's very highly decorated. There are various pillars about. And can you both give me spot hiddens?
Yes.
Certainly. Oh, nice. 19.
Oh,
Nailed that.
I got a 21.
Hard.
Yeah, both. I got a hard as well.
I can burn to make it extreme if that helps.
So hard is good. So you're kind of going about, you're looking at stuff. And you see a kind of a familiar look to one of these pillars. And you're kind of going to get a closer look. And much like in the bent pyramid, it slides away, revealing before you this vast tunnel down into the earth. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I remember when you said you weren't going to go in. You were just going to take a little look around, and
We are. We're not engaging with anyone.
you've gone in and into a place that we don't even know where you are.
You've gone. If you guys die, we wouldn't even know.
Yeah, we won't know where you are. We'll never find you. Our players included Zane Fleming, Brian Daly, Stuart Lively, Josh Harwood, and myself with Morgan Llewellyn as the keeper of the secrets. We're currently producing up to 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listening experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The costs involved with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Place the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure in the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and Call of Cthulhu RPG. Until next time, good luck.